Picture this, with the NASCAR playoffs heating up at Talladega, where a single wreck can shatter championship dreams and turn underdogs into heroes overnight. It's the ultimate high-stakes gamble that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. But here's where it gets really intriguing. How do you pick the right drivers for your DraftKings fantasy lineup when Talladega's unpredictable nature can flip the script in an instant? Stick around as we dive deep into expert picks for the Jack Links 500, breaking down why certain racers might just be your ticket to fantasy glory or your biggest regret. Pearce Dietrich is here to share his insights and top driver rankings for Sunday's thrilling NASCAR Cup Series Jack Links 500 at Talladega, part of the intense round of 8 playoff battles. As the NASCAR season accelerates into its most exciting phase, DraftKings is ramping things up with a variety of fantasy racing contests that let you bet on the action. For more tips on the Bank of America Roval 400 at Charlotte, which just wrapped up, check out our earlier deep dive into those fantasy picks. It's packed with strategies to maximize your lineup. If you're looking for insider NASCAR knowledge and fast fantasy sports help, make sure to follow Pearce Dietrich on Twitter at @RaceForThePrize. And to jump right in, set up your DraftKings fantasy NASCAR lineups for the NAS 111,000K Talladega Drive contest, where $25K could be yours for first place in the Cup Series showdown. Now, let's get to the heart of it. These fantasy NASCAR driver rankings for the Jack Links 500 at Talladega are tailored to help beginners navigate the chaos of restrictor plate racing. For those new to this, Talladega is a super speedway where cars race at blistering speeds, often leading to massive pack racing and big crashes. Think of it as a high-speed game of bumper cars that can reward bold moves or punish the reckless. We'll clarify key terms like stage points, bonus points earned in mini segments of the race, and explain why some drivers thrive here while others struggle, all while keeping the excitement alive. And this is the part most people miss. The playoff format means every finish counts, but Talladega's wild nature could shake up the standings in ways that defy logic. Here's a closer look at the top contenders. Talladega and Martinsville stand out as his strongest venues, where his skills shine brightest. However, the shadow looms large. Many remaining playoff contenders excel at these tracks too. To claw back into contention, Blaney desperately needs to secure a top 5 spot at Talladega. Anything less might leave him scrambling. Denny Hamlin, $9,100, driving the number 11 JGR Toyota. Hamlin's team is laser-focused on clinching the championship at Phoenix Raceway later in the playoffs. Having clinched the pivotal opening race of the round of 8 and then dominating at Las Vegas, he's operating with a significant advantage, like playing with extra chips in a poker game. As a typically careful and strategic plate racer, he can afford to push boundaries and take calculated risks here at Talladega. William Byron, $10,000. Positioned just outside the playoff bubble, Byron trails by a mere 15 points. With stage points and unavoidable wrecks potentially eliminating rivals, he could rocket to second place by Sunday night. Yet, the risk is real. Chasing those stage bonuses at a super speedway like this is akin to tempting fate, often leading to catastrophic mistakes that derail promising runs. Joey Logano, $10,200. A 24-point gap feels almost negligible, especially since Talladega is a round of 8 event where chaos reigns. Any of the 7 surviving drivers could suffer a did-not-finish DNF due to crashes. Experts predict at least 3 might not make it to the checkered flag. For Logano and his team Penske Ford, simply crossing the line without incident isn't a tall order at a track favoring big teams like his. Chase Elliott, $9,800. The plan for the number 9 Hendrick Chevrolet is straightforward. Avoid the carnage and aim to win. Elliott has a realistic shot at the title by accumulating points steadily, but the challenge is steep. The competition in the playoffs is as elite as it gets. His optimal path to glory? A victory at Talladega, which could propel him far ahead. Kyle Larson, $9,500. Holding a 35-point lead is preferable to being behind, though that buffer could vanish in a heartbeat at a super speedway. Larson's history shows a lack of fortune in these high-speed battles. Making a safe top 10 finish his safest bet. If there's ever a time he needs lady luck and caution on his side, it's this Sunday at Talladega. Christopher Bell, $9,000. Talladega hasn't been kind to Bell in recent outings, so he needs a smooth, incident-free day. Even a top 20 result would suffice. Expect him to adopt a low-key approach, minimizing aggression. While this might limit his potential for a standout performance, at a super speedway where wrecks can crown unlikely winners, playing it safe could pay off big if the field implodes around him. Chase Briscoe, $7,900. With Hamlin locked in and Ty Gibbs eliminated, Joe Gibbs Racing might deploy their lineup to shield Briscoe during the race. He's not the most adept plate racer, but some strategic assistance from his teammates could make all the difference and help him capitalize on the opportunity. Justin Haley, $6,500. This Spire Motorsports pilot has notched victories in both the Xfinity and Cup Series at super speedways, showcasing his knack for these environments. He's placed 7th in 2 of the past 3 Talladega events, proving he's no stranger to strong finishes here. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., $8,500. The stats speak volumes. Stenhouse ranks among the top super speedway performers in the Cup Series. Over the last 5 races at Atlanta Motor Speedway, he's secured 4 top 10s, with his poorest result being a 14th place finish. At Talladega specifically, his last 3 outings yielded a 14th, a win, and a 4th. Impressive consistency in a sport where outcomes can swing wildly. Noah Gragson, $6,400. Super speedways level the playing field, putting everyone in contention. Gragson has claimed multiple plate race wins in the Xfinity Series and delivered solid results driving less competitive equipment for Beard Motorsports. Now with Front Row Motorsports, which boasts a history of success on these tracks, he's building momentum. Think 6th place in this spring's Talladega race, and 3rd for Stewart-Haas Racing earlier in 2024. While a Cup win on plates hasn't happened yet, his track record suggests it's only a matter of time. Eric Jones, $6,300. Across his last 10 Talladega starts, Jones has racked up 7 top 10 finishes, a testament to his prowess. He also grabbed 5th in the recent Atlanta doubleheader and at Daytona, highlighting his ability to perform under pressure. Chris Buescher, $8,000. Here's where it gets controversial. Are Daytona and Talladega truly worlds apart, or is the difference overstated? Sure, they're distinct tracks, but some argue the gap is more about fortune than skill. Buescher excels at Daytona, but skeptics wonder if that's pure luck rather than a repeatable edge. Does he have untapped potential at Talladega, or is he destined to underperform there? It's a debate worth pondering as the race unfolds. Cody Ware, $5,300. Among the budget-friendly options under $6,000, these drivers are all viable picks, especially with their starting spots often relegating them to the rear. Ware's results include a 13th at the Summer Atlanta event and a 20th at Daytona, showing he can sneak up the leaderboard when conditions allow. Austin Dillon, $7,000. In his last 20 Talladega appearances, Dillon has secured 13 top 20 finishes, a stat that might not sound earth-shattering, but is actually quite solid in this volatile race environment. Fantasy ownership often hinges on data and past results, and while Dillon isn't flashy enough to draw huge crowds, his reliability could deliver a surprise top 5. As we wrap up, think about this thought-provoking question. In an era where crashes can redefine careers overnight, should drivers like Byron and Logano play it safe for points or risk everything for a win? Do you agree that Talladega's unpredictability makes luck the ultimate factor, Or is skill still king? Share your hot takes. Agree or disagree with these rankings, and let's debate in the comments. Your insights could spark the next big fantasy strategy